Hi and welcome. Today's class is a gentle yin-ish chest opener class. We need 2 blocks, so have them by the ready. And of course, with yin, have all the props. If you have a bolster and all that, if you want a blanket on your mat, you can do that too. Make yourself comfortable. And we're gonna start seated. To come to a comfortable seat, you can sit on a blanket, maybe even sit on a block if you've got tight hamstrings. And then take a moment to close your eyes. Start breathing through your nose. Checking in with the movement of your breath. So as you inhale, feel your belly expand. Feel your sides expand. Feel your sternum lift. And let your chin come down to your chest. Circle your neck. Change direction. And come to center. Circle your torso. Make the movement nice and big. Get a little weird. So you're really trying to move the spine in all kinds of directions. Change direction. And come to center. Make your way onto all 4. And start coming into your cat-cow. Move nice and slowly so you observe your body in the movement. And come to center. And you're going to come into a puppy pose. What I want you to notice is that you try as much as possible to keep the hips stacked over the knees. So what I don't want is you just to move back to a child's pose. So walk your hands forward instead of moving your butt back. You take the forehead to the mat. You can also take the forehead to a block if this is a very difficult pose for you. Or chin to the mat, or maybe even chest to the mat, whatever flexibility you have in your shoulders. Bringing your focus to your breath. And then come up and come into a Sphinx pose. Stack your elbows either underneath your shoulders or elbows a little forward. So what I don't want is your elbows to be behind, so you're just kind of like this. That's not going to do much. Shoulder blades slide down your back. And see if you can create a little bit of space in between your collarbones. So there's a little bit of effort into opening up your chest. And make sure your shoulders are not your earrings. So I don't want you to sink out here and hang out. Lengthen through your neck. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And then take your chin down to your chest. And slowly look up. You're just going to move in between the two. Chin to chest. Look up, and you're going to move nice and slowly here. So this is not a movement where you're thundering through. And then come all the way down onto your belly. Interlace your hands behind you. Reach your hands down towards your heels. Lift your chest. Lift your legs. Come into a locust pose. And release. And one more time. Interlace your hands behind you. Lift up into your locust. And release. And take your right arm out to the side. Bend your right elbow 90 degrees. Take your right cheek to the ground and roll over that right shoulder. So a little pec minor stretch. Pec minor is this little muscle in the front of your chest. The more we spend hunched over on our phones, our laptops, the tighter and the shorter that muscle gets. It eventually starts pulling the shoulders forward. This is a nice little antidote to that. Come back to center. Other side. And come back to center. Then we need to take your blocks. You're going to set them out in front, and either on the lowest setting or on the medium setting, all depending on how tight your shoulders are and how tight your upper back is. Because what we're going to do is we're going to place our upper arms on the blocks, palms together. You can also interlace your hands if you want. And you're just going to lower your forehead to the ground. And it shouldn't actually even be a huge stretch here. It's going to stay here a little bit longer, and if it's a huge stretch, it just becomes very difficult to stay here for a long period of time. So just lower your forehead to the ground, close your eyes, and relax into this little opening. And slowly come back up. And take a child's pose, just for a few breaths. And make your way into seated. You're going to take your blocks, you're going to set them up as a T. The long one, or the lower part of the T, is going to be between your shoulder blades. The upper part is for your headrest. If you're really tight in your upper back, you might want to raise the back one to the highest setting. And otherwise, they're both in the medium setting. And make sure this block doesn't go below your ribs. You're going to lie down, lean back, and relax. Close your eyes and just let your body melt into this opening. And slowly start coming back. Gently move your fingers and your toes. And maybe deepen your breath a little. And come off the blocks. Back up to seated. Take a few little circles. Change direction. And come back to center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.